Welcome back to my channel where we talk about Social Security changes, the next two stimulus packages, and daily news updates as well. Nancy Pelosi has announced that we have a new deal for the next two stimulus packages, and we have new details that were just released, including whether or not this package might include Social Security increases, a fourth round of stimulus checks, and even monthly stimulus checks for seniors and adults who make less than $30,000 per year. So let's discuss the details in this video, but before we do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Okay, so in this video, we're going to discuss the details that were just released regarding the next stimulus package, whether or not this includes a fourth round of stimulus checks and more checks for seniors, including an increase in Social Security benefits. Nancy Pelosi just announced that we have new details that were just released of what's going to be included in that package. Now, before we jump into that, let's do a quick update on daily trending news. Now, at this point, most of you know that yesterday was the 20th year anniversary for 9/11, so I just want to take a moment to pay my respects to every single person who was affected by 9/11. And quite frankly, whether it's directly or indirectly, I think basically all of us were affected by this. And it's worth noting that President Biden and former presidents Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, they took the time to come together, pay their respects to those who lost their lives, and even urge the American people now to stop the divisiveness and come together as a country. They pointed out the fact that after 9/11, the country was actually more united than ever, which is something you just don't see today with things becoming so divisive. We had people like President Biden and George W. Bush, so both sides of the aisle, both Republicans and Democrats, urging people to stop the divisiveness and come together and unite as a country. So guys, let's take a look and see what President George W. Bush had to say. Then we're going to see what President Biden said. And right after that, we'll jump right into the update on the next stimulus package and Social Security changes.
In the weeks and months following the 9/11 attacks, I was proud to lead an amazing, resilient, united people. When it comes to the unity of America, those days seem distant from our own. Malign force seems at work in our common life that turns every disagreement into an argument and every argument into a clash of cultures. So much of our politics has become a naked appeal to anger, fear, and resentment. That leaves us worried about our nation and our future together. I come without explanations or solutions. I can only tell you what I've seen. On America's day of trial and grief, I saw millions of people instinctively grab for a neighbor's hand and rally to the cause of one another. That is the America I know.
The core of who we are is not divided. Are we going to, in the next 4, 5, 6, 10 years, demonstrate that democracies can work or not? Because I had just had a long, I'm not going to discuss with you now, but a long conversation with President Xi for over an hour and a half. Not last night, night before last. And I've had that one-on-one summit with Putin, and I've spoken with others. There's a lot of autocrats who truly believe that democracies can't function in the 21st century. Not a joke. They think because the world is changing so rapidly and people are so divided, you can't bring people together in a democracy to get a consensus. And the only ones that are going to be able to succeed are the autocrats. That's why it's so damn important we demonstrate. Everybody says, Biden, why do you keep insisting on trying to bring the country together? That's the thing that's going to affect our well-being more than anything else, how the rest of the world responds to us. Knowing that we actually can, in fact, lead by the example of our power again. And I think we can do it. We've got to do it.
So folks, President Biden and George W. Bush, along with basically every other former president, urging the American people to use these crises with a silver lining to come together as a country. So guys, let me know your thoughts on that. in the comments below. I know there's been such divisiveness these last 4 or 5 years, and we need to work together to get things done. And the same goes for Congress. The more Democrats and Republicans work together, the more we can get things done for the American people, as you've seen with the physical infrastructure plan. Although that physical stimulus plan is not fully approved yet, it's been approved in the Senate and was done on a bipartisan fashion. Both Republicans and Democrats voted to approve that physical stimulus plan, and that's going to go a long way not only to rebuild our physical infrastructure, but also to create millions of good-paying jobs and increase the quality of life for millions of Americans. Now we need Democrats and Republicans to do the same thing with Social Security and do the same thing with the $3.5 trillion American Family Stimulus Plan. Now, with that said, Democrats are most likely going to do this $3.5 trillion stimulus plan without a single Republican vote, and Nancy Pelosi just announced that Democrats have finally begun writing the details of this stimulus plan, so we are one step closer to getting this deal done. Now, we have some of the details, but not all of them. Nancy Pelosi gave Democrats a deadline of September 15th to get all of the details of this package done. So that deadline falls this week. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not they actually finish the entire package by Wednesday. But either way, we expect to see this done either this week or next week. Then the second deadline Nancy Pelosi gave was to have the entire package done by the end of September. Again, we'll have to wait and see if they actually hit that deadline, but worst case scenario, we should have this done by the middle of October, and still crossing our fingers to have it done this month. Now, Democrats released some of the details this weekend regarding what they have included so far in this stimulus package. And one thing that's been confirmed is monthly stimulus checks for families with kids. As all of you know, that's something that's already happening this year. Families with kids get either $250 or $300 per month per child, depending on how old that child is. Now, this is going to expire at the end of this year, 2021, and now they've confirmed that in this bill, they plan to extend this until the end of 2025. Guys, so although you might not have kids, this is really good news for stimulus in general. Because if Democrats get this done, we're going to be living in a country where monthly stimulus checks are now the norm. If monthly stimulus checks are being paid until 2025, there is no reason why monthly stimulus checks for seniors should not be approved as well, especially when this is something that President Biden promised. Remember, President Biden promised to do a $200 per month stimulus for everybody on Social Security benefits, and this was assumed to include SSI, SSDI, VA, and railroad benefits as well. So again, although they still have not confirmed that monthly stimulus checks for seniors will be included, if we do get monthly stimulus checks for families, there is going to be a huge push to get this done for seniors as well, especially when you take into account that the reason they're doing these monthly stimulus checks is to end childhood poverty. Now, childhood poverty is something that President Biden campaigned on, and his pledge was to end childhood poverty throughout his presidency. President Biden also promised to end senior poverty. So although he seems to be prioritizing children, we expect him to keep his word and then move forward and try to end senior poverty as well. I also want to note that two other things that Democrats have confirmed they will try and include in this package is an extension of the earned income tax credit, which again could provide a stimulus for seniors as well. I've talked about that in my other videos, so I won't go into details on that, but basically if you choose to work part-time, this earned income tax credit now was extended to apply to seniors and could put hundreds of dollars in your pocket every single year. And they also want to extend the dependents care tax credit, which would apply to seniors who take care of their spouse and basically work as a stimulus check at the end of the year via a tax refund. Now, that's great and all, but honestly, we're still waiting for that $200 per month stimulus as well as an increase in Social Security benefits. Now, although that still has not been confirmed to be in this package, the package is still being written, and we could see them included in this package next week. So we'll have to wait and see. There's still a chance it could be included, But worst case scenario, we could see this in the next stimulus package, which would probably happen in early 2022. Now, guys, I know that would be completely unacceptable. President Biden promised to get this done for seniors quickly, and waiting until 2022 would put millions of seniors in such a difficult place who are already struggling to put food on the table and pay their rent, as inflation has increased the cost of living for seniors across this country. But guys, all I can do here is tell you the news and exactly what's happening right now. So even if it's not good news, I have to tell you that so far, it still has not been confirmed that Social Security increases or stimulus checks for seniors are being included in this package. Now, again, it's still possible they could include it, but we probably won't find out for sure until next week or the week afterwards. So guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I will keep you posted as soon as we have more updates on whether or not these things are being included in the American Family Stimulus Package. Now, another thing that Democrats have confirmed that they will include in the stimulus package is a boost in retirement savings for lower income people in this country. Now, this specifically would apply to those who are still working. And basically, this is addressing the fact that about 33% of workers do not offer a 401k retirement plan for their employees. So Democrats plan to include in this bill something that requires jobs to help you start your retirement savings through a 401k. Now, this is something that won't help you if you're already retired, but Democrats are addressing the fact that we have a retirement crisis. They understand that those who are retired are living on such a fixed income and struggling to get by. So by doing this, they're trying to prevent this issue for future generations, which is a good step in the right direction. Now, as far as President Biden's promise for seniors, on the campaign trail, he promised to increase Social Security benefits across the board. He promised to increase SSI and SSDI, as well as lowering prescription costs and doing just a variety of things that would increase the cost of living for seniors. And on his website, he said, "As president, I will support seniors. I'll take on pharmaceutical companies and allow Medicare to use its enormous bargaining power to negotiate the price of prescription for seniors and give all Americans access to those lower prices. An independent analysis found that my plan will slash the cost of prescription by 60%. Kamala and I will defend and strengthen Medicare and Medicaid, two critical programs that are a lifeline for millions of seniors, vulnerable Americans, and those with disabilities. My plan also makes bold investments so states can finally help seniors who have signed up for home and community care through Medicaid. 800,000 people are waiting for a phone call back. We need to clear this waiting list. And mark my words, a Biden-Harrison administration will protect Social Security and increase benefits for millions of seniors. From day one, we'll work to safeguard the retirement savings and pensions that hardworking Americans have earned and deserve." So this is straight from President Biden's website. This was before he was elected, and he was telling seniors, "I'm going to increase Social Security benefits." Seniors voted him into office. Seniors are one of the main reasons he won this. And now we're almost a year into his presidency, and we still have not had an increase in Social Security benefits. Now, a lot of Democrats were pushing for that $200 per month stimulus, which would almost be a bridge past that immediately, get money in the hands of seniors, and then hopefully next year we could get the Social Security increase done. Now, that still has not happened, and we're quite frankly starting to be a little disappointed with President Biden, but I do think he's going to keep his word. I just think it's frustrating that he's taking so much longer than he said he would. Look on his website. He said, "From day one, we'll work to safeguard retirement savings and increase benefits for millions of seniors." So not to criticize President Biden too much. I know most of you here like President Biden, but I'm just personally frustrated that it's taking so long for him to keep his promise, guys. And again, we're hoping it's included in this next stimulus package, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, in regards to what he's already done for seniors, now, although he still has not increased Social Security benefits, he still has not done the monthly stimulus for seniors. He did provide some stimulus for seniors in this country in the American Rescue Plan, which was approved in March. Now, this did not include direct stimulus payments, but it did include funding which goes towards senior programs. Now, he included $750 million for meals, for older adults. Now, this funding provided states to continue home-delivered meals as well as drive-through or grab-and-go meals for older adults who typically would participate in meal programs at community centers that have been closed due to. It also allows states to reopen meal program locations safely that might have closed during the. So basically, they provided $750 million to help provide food and meals for seniors in this country. And this was in the American Rescue Plan that was approved in March. They also included $460 million for home and community-based services. This funding provides help to those who need it for help with household chores, grocery shopping, transportation to grocery stores, banks, and doctor's offices, and case management. The funding was also used to older Americans and address the effects of extended social isolation. They also provided $44 million for evidence-based healthcare promotion, another $145 million to help family caregivers support their loved ones. This funding was actually to assist family and informal caregivers to provide in-home support, including counseling, respite care, training, and more, and another $10 million for long-term care facilities. So although President Biden has still not approved direct stimulus payments for seniors, he has provided about $1 billion going towards programs that help provide food and health care for seniors in this country. So that's definitely a step in the right direction, but we're still waiting for a bunch of things for seniors. First of all, we're waiting for that $200 per month stimulus for everybody on Social Security benefits. We're also waiting for permanent Social Security increases across the board, which for some people would add up to over $6,000 per year. We're also waiting for the SSI increase, which could add up to $300 per month for the average person on SSI, and even potentially a fourth round of stimulus checks. We still have some Democrats pushing for a $2,000 fourth stimulus check. Now, again, all of this could potentially end up in this next stimulus package, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, the good news is, in this package, Democrats are expected to do things that would help seniors, like expand Medicare, so those who are 60, not just 65, also expand it to include vision, dental, and hearing care, lower prescription costs, which is a huge expense for seniors, and they also plan on investing billions of dollars in affordable housing. This is something that helps seniors a lot because a lot of seniors are waiting in line for a Section 8 voucher, and providing more funding and building more affordable housing would make sure that a lot of seniors could apply for this program and get into an affordable house, which would allow seniors to save a lot of money long term. Now, with everything going on in the government, with President Biden taking so long to approve an increase in Social Security benefits, everything happening in Afghanistan, on top of the fact that it's now getting worse with these new strains, President Biden has been going down in the polls. Now, guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you think President Biden is doing a good job, or has your opinion of him changed? A lot of people are attacking President Biden, especially conservatives, saying that Biden is doing a terrible job, and Press Secretary Jen Psaki actually had to defend him against a Fox News reporter, and things got a little chippy. So let's take a look, see what happened with this exchange, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with conservatives who are saying that President Biden is not doing a great job? Or do you think President Biden is doing a relatively good job? There's just a lot of things going on right now, and things will take a little bit longer because of everything happening at the same time. So let's take a look, see what Jen Psaki had to say defending President Biden, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
But does the president have a sense that most of the criticism is not of leaving Afghanistan, it's the way that he has ordered it to happen, by pulling the troops before getting these Americans who are now stranded? Does he have a sense of that?
First of all, I think it's irresponsible to say Americans are stranded. They are not. We are committed to bringing Americans who want to come home. We are in touch with them via phone, via text, via email, via any way that we can possibly reach Americans to get them home if they want to return home.
There are no Americans stranded is the White House's official position on what's happening in Afghanistan right now.
I'm just calling you out for saying that we are stranding Americans in Afghanistan when we have been very clear that we are not leaving Americans who want to return home. We are going to bring them home. And I think that's important for the American public to hear and understand.
So Jen Psaki taking shots from Fox News and punching back, defending President Biden. Let me know your thoughts on this and which side you fall on. Personally, I think President Biden could be doing a little bit of a better job. Things have been chaotic, And quite frankly, it shouldn't take this long to approve an increase in Social Security benefits, especially when he said he would start working on this on day one. Now, with that said, I do think he's going to get this done. It's just taking a lot longer than we would hope. And again, we should have a lot of updates in the next couple of weeks as to whether or not these things are included in this next stimulus package. Will it include a fourth stimulus check? Will it include an increase for Social Security and SSI? And will it include monthly stimulus checks for adults? We'll have to wait and see. But guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I will keep you posted on the next two stimulus packages, Social Security changes, and daily news updates as well. So with that said, thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, take care and have a great day.